Tio, Halito, what up, cuz?
Oh, cuz, what's going on with
Oh, nothing much. Just the season of the ancestors, October and November. So I'm high off of that energy. Everybody on that Halloween shit, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
you? Right.
Yeah, I see a couple of people in the building. They not commenting yet, but they in the building. So peace to everyone.
Peace to everybody. Cuz, can you go ahead on and show you know,
Okay.
our
Yeah.
discussion?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was pulling up that thing right now. Give me a second. Oh my God. Yeah, I hope y'all doing all right in the chat. We thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And pull up our disclaimer. So yes, copyright disclaimer for everyone to see. All right, now that we got that out the way, this is the season of the ancestors, October and November. So we honor our admixtures of
I
our
didn't
blood.
even see it come up, and the frame looked like it's frozen.
Yeah, yours is like you looking at the TV. Now I can see you move.
Yeah, now it's unfrozen. Yeah.
So this is the Day of the Dead. This is the Haitian Creole. Haitians also practice voodoo. Haitian Creole voodoo is similar to the Louisiana Creole voodoo. So this is 10 things that we learned about Fagete, the Haitian Day of the Dead. All right. The French Creole, actually French Indian Creole. Um, all right. Festival of the Dead. I don't know. It's a replay. I don't know if you can hear it, but can you hear that?
I don't hear nothing.
All right. All right. So this is a scene from a voodoo temple in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. So like November 1st through the 3rd is basically the 3 days, but traditionally it was celebrated October and November, or in the Spanish version, 20 days. So this is a voodoo priestess. She got her regalia on, basically. So this
Hmm.
is Fegere, the Feast of the Dead. It is a time when voodoo saints celebrate the ancestral dead, typically held during either both of the first 2 days in November, known as the Festival of the Ancestors. Fet is festival, Gede is the sacred dead. It is the voodoo equivalent of Mardi Gras, the Mexican Day of the Dead, and Halloween all in one. All right. Halloween kind of like hijacks the shit, but Fegere, Mardi Gras, and Dia de los Muertos are in the same family. People put on regalia and go to the streets and dance and communicate with their ancestors. They walk in processions to the graveyards where they feed their ancestral dead with gifts of their own table. So you cook for your ancestors, you take them their favorite liquor. They do rum, Haitian rum. Um, in this way, the spirits are honored and their protection is gained for the coming year. So this is a scene of them at the graveyard or at the cemetery. All right. They also have music, dancing, feasting, singing, drumming, a lot of a lot of drumming. All right. So they do this with the singing, dancing, drumming to raise the dead. They want to, you know, embrace and welcome back the spirits of the ancestors and the loved ones that have passed on. It's about reconnecting with the past, preparing for the future with music, processions, sacred rituals, spiritual observances taking place. Fegere is also a traditional voodoo feast which celebrates the Loa, the spirits of death and fertility. So life and death. Though it shares the calendar space with also the Roman Catholic Day of the Dead or All Souls Day, All Saints Day. So those that practice Santeria can relate to this. I dabble in a gumbo pot of all of these, so I can relate. Um, okay, it's also it does have some diasporic traditions from Agbulan or Akebulan, misnomer Africa. Uh, so the voodooists they come in to a spiritual pilgrimage to the cemetery to pay their respect to the dead. But first, permission of passage has to be obtained. The grave, Papa Gede. So you also have Papa Gede, Ishu, Papa Legba. These are different derivatives, and the barons of the cemetery. So you got to pass by the gatekeeper, uh, which is Papa Gede, the first man who ever died. Ancestral services are held at this crossroad, considered to be the bridge between life and death. Wa Baron is the Loa guardian of the cemetery and the head of the Gedes. So y'all see how similar this is to the Spanish version of Dia de los Muertos, with the skulls representing the ancestors or the loved ones that have passed on. So they have a lot of candles, food. They got the hot peppers. They got, you know, y'all see it, coffee, rum. All right. Rituals take place throughout November, but are most consecrated at the beginning of the month. Voodoo believers converge on the Haitians' capital main cemetery to honor the Gede and the father of them all, Baron Samedi. All right. He has a woman, Maman Brigitte, also. So they didn't even name his counterpart. They
I
lay out,
don't know the South.
you see, so we got Baron Samedi and Maman Brigitte. They lay out gifts such as homemade beeswax candles, flowers, food, and to warm the Gede's bones, bottles of rum stuffed with chili peppers. Yeah. So that's Fegere, and I wanted to show y'all Dio de los Muertos, just the similarities. And I'm gonna pass the talking stick to my cuz because he's an expert on Mardi Gras, even though, I have partook in Mardi Gras also. All right, well, I'm pulling up the Dia de los Muertos. How y'all doing in the chat?
10-6. What's going on with you, fam?
Okay, so the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, is celebrated also November 1st and 2nd. I'm gonna get a good one. All right, so you see, like the Haitian one, they really love the purple and the black and white, and the Dia de los Muertos, the Spanish version, they embrace all the colors, even though they embrace colors on both sides, but they got the marigolds and they got the colorful sugar skulls. All right, Dia de los Muertos. All right, this was at the Hollywood Cemetery. Let me skip through this. Okay. I'm just skimming through. Okay. Dia de los Muertos is one of Mexico's traditional holidays, reuniting and honoring beloved ancestors, family, and friends. It is an ancient and enduring ritual when living commune with the dead, a mystical night when the veil is lifted between their two realms and they may share a day together. The historical roots of this celebration date back to pre Hispanic cultures of Mesoamerica, of the indigenous people, especially the Nua, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Toltecas, and the, I'm not going to butcher that word, Chichimic Tecpanic, and other natives to Mexico more than 3,000 years. When the Spaniards conquered the country, this indigenous custom was rooted so deeply that after 5 centuries of colonization, it has continued to survive and remain as celebrated as it was in its first days. Throughout each period, Mexican culture, death seems to hold no terror. The Mexican art, legends, and religion, death has not been a mysterious or a fearful presence, but a realistic, recognizable character, as much as part of life itself. Dia de los Muertos expresses the perspective that it is not a mournful commemoration, but a happy and colorful celebration where death takes a lively, friendly expression and is not frightening or strange. There is no place for sorrow or weeping, for this could be interpreted as discourteous to the dead relatives who are visiting on this night. They are visiting gladly. Indigenous people believe that souls do not die. Souls do not die. That they are continued living in Mectlan, which is the place of the death or the place of the dead, a special place for them to finally rest. On Dia de los Muertos, tradition holds that the dead return to earth to visit their living relatives. It is believed that although these relatives can't see them, they can surely feel them. This night is important. It's an important feast and evocation. It is a time when family members share memorable stories to evoke the lives of their ancestors. Offerings at the altar, the ofrendas, are created to welcome and commemorate the dead. Marigolds and incense are offered in abundance because it is believed that their aromatic scents guide the dead to the place where the feast is being held. A profusion of candles dispel the darkness, just as the souls are being illuminated from the shadows of death. Altars are created with photos, mementos, fruit, bread, and other favorite things of the ancestors being welcomed and honored. The artifacts of these altars also provide an opportunity to teach children about those who came before us. Dia de los Muertos is a time of celebration and remembrance. It is also a time to come to terms with our mortality and to become aware of the cycle of life and death. Rather than deny and fear death, this event teaches us to accept and contemplate the meaning of mortality. So I did have some pictures to share. I'll pull those up briefly. Please to everybody in the chat. So here where I live, I go to a lot of the Day of the Dead celebrations. And it's usually let's see. Let me pull up some because they don't really celebrate Fegete up here, but they do celebrate Dia de los Muertos. So partake. They have a big parade. They have all kind of shit going on. I found some pictures. Thank y'all for your patience. I appreciate y'all. So this was we went to this like old museum and they had this staircase just full of candles and you would just write a note to your loved one. They had a lot of little things that you could do, activities. They had a lot of stuff for children, making sugar skulls, decorating them, food, drink, everything. They even like made like those paper mache cemetery boxes where you actually go to the cemetery. Um, they do a lot of activities. I was trying to find some good pictures of the events that I've gone to and where I got my face painted. Sometimes I do my own and then I might, add something or go and let them add something. I can't believe I don't have them all together in a thing. Mm-mm-mm. I can come back to this if you want to get started on what you want to share with the people.
Yeah. Well, like Cuz said about dealing with Mardi Gras, right? and how we actually took that on with the traditions and the stuff that we already knew already. You know what I'm saying? And, but we actually called it carnival, which would basically be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, um, dealing with the carnival Indians, uh, yeah, those who actually did give the credence to those tribes that was down here in La Florida, known as Louisiana. Um, it shows that the AdMIXtures of both people coming together and to celebrate and going against and the defiance against those who subjugated them into slavery. This is why you see the celebration between the AdMIXtures and the here in New Orleans. Yeah, that's one of the museums right there, Bank Street Country Museum. That's right there across the street from one of the old churches, St. Augustine, but they actually moved on St. Philip Street. And these people that you see kept the traditions and everything alive for hundreds of years, you know. That Chief Fire um, suits right there. He showed you the admixtures of both the American natives of the Louisiana and New Orleans territory and those of um, the Guinea, which they call Africa today. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same carnival and everything, but they parade way different than ours. So when you get people and they talk about, oh, they was paying homage to American natives, and I'll be like, well, what American native be talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because the show wasn't those from the plains. You know what I'm saying? Those from the Midwest or the West. The show wasn't them. But when you're dealing with tribes of the Southeast, it's a whole nother game. As you know, they couldn't go in the French market, I mean the French quarters at that time, so they kept it in the neighborhood, you know. And the policeman was always trying to shut it down, but they could never shut it down because we would know him by down, you know. So you have Mardi Gras Day, you have St. Joseph Night, you have Super Sunday, uptown, downtown, and across the river, you know. And then the other thing that about it is that most of the people in the tribes actually converted to Catholicism. So that's another reason why that ties them together with Mardi Gras, dealing with Fat Tuesday, and then after Fat Tuesday, you have Ash Wednesday, and everybody goes with their ashes and proceed with their life after they give up for the Lent. So that's how you heard me, cuz?
What you say?
I said that's how that went dealing with the carnivals, with the Mardi Gras, the carnival Indians down here in New Orleans, Louisiana,
Mhm.
out there. You know,
Yes, sir. I did. Find some pictures too. Um, so they had me and my niece. We did our face paints. This was one of the parades. The food, of course, the food is always fire. And they have this big altar honoring the ancestors and loved ones. I like how they built that. You know, it's homemade. They got sheets and tablecloths, but they they made this themselves.
Right.
They get real creative with it. And she made hers after the I have this movie, I can't even think of the name of it, but
Oh,
Coco.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's Coco, but then she's in another movie. But you know, she crafted hers like this. I think she did a good job. So
Yeah, doing altars to your ancestors, like you said, even though people them have the mindset because once again they became colonized and it was told
mhm.
to keep their ancestors in memory because they said that would be satanic to talk to your dead ancestors.
Yeah, because it says in the Bible, don't talk to the dead, and they don't want you to talk to the dead because you tap in with your ancestors, you'll be free.
But even with that, there's a catch 22 within the Bible when they say don't speak to the dead because did not Yahshua ben Yosef talk to the dead, which was Moses on the Mount of Transfiguration? So
And
they say I can't talk to the dead because Yahshua ben Yosef said that greater works that I have done, you could do also. So if he can talk to dead, why can't you? But hey, I mean that's just my thought.
right, right. Yeah, this don't get me started on that shit because we'll go all night with that.
How you think certain battles was won because they talked to the ancestors on the other side?
Exactly, exactly. Even
Everything,
the Haitian
everything,
Revolution.
everything don't have to be done physical. That's what
Mhm.
people don't forget. They be wanting to go ahead on to do something physical. Well, you do something physical. I mean, like I ain't trying to go sit behind balls because I fucked you up physically. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if something coming at you spiritually, you don't know. You don't know where it's coming from or none of that because y'all not that much spiritually into it. But you will be when you start feeling things hurting. Both mentally, physically, and spiritually. You know?
Right.
Because you know, you got a lot of people that talk though, like, you know, they got good medicine. You also got bad medicine. Know which one you want. Pick your poison.
I did have some Mardi Gras pics too. Does anybody have any comments or questions in the chat? Anybody want to join us? Share the link. Anybody want to join our Sunday panel discussion?
Because even certain sayings that is done, right, when they said that happens in threes. You know what I'm saying? Hmm.
Yeah, I was talking about Right here, it talks about, and you can expound on this. It talks on about the Backstreet Cultural Museum. I went there. I got some pictures of inside of there. I'll pull them up. But this is Pa's neck of the woods. The Backstreet Cultural Museum is proud to host an extensive collection of Mardi Gras Indian regalia, including suits of big chiefs, queens, flag boys, wild men, and more. The Mardi Gras Indians are one of the New Orleans' greatest cultural treasures. Every year, the tribes take to the streets, bringing generations of history right along with them. Each suit is an elaborate design of beads, feathers, plumes, and stones, the result of the year's worth of labor, time, money, and creativity. The Mardi Gras Indian tradition is rooted in a legacy of resistance.
Right,
Enslaved Africans, also enslaved dark skinned Indians, Negro Indians, escaping from the dehumanizing violence of the plantation, found hospice with other American Indians or Native Americans. The Mardi Gras Indian tribes are noted for their exquisite regalia, public performances at Carnival, and their musical contributions. The Mardi Gras Indians of New Orleans endure as the preservers of a distinctive cultural legacy. I just wanted to read that.
right.
But Pa is the expert on Mardi Gras Indians, though.
Yeah, well, dealing with that, as you read, that was our like one of our own secret societies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because it actually left people in awe, and they still to this very day that some people think they know, but they really don't know, right? And then, you got those that talk about, oh, they pretend to use this. But if you really look at it, even those from the Midwest, they can't touch nobody down here in Southern. They can't.
Are you talking about because you're talking about in ancient times, the ones from the Midwest?
I'm talking about now.
Oh, you talking about the haters that was from the Midwest? Because I'm from the Midwest, and I know you're not talking about me in the thing. You talking about the tribes that are not southeastern tribes.
Yeah,
Basically, that's what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Now you can be a part of them if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all hear that, haters?
Yep, yep. You take their regalia and put it next to a Mardi Gras Indian regalia. Like, come on, man.
So this is inside the Backstreet Cultural Museum, Mardi Gras Indian suits, jazz funeral memorabilia, second line mementos, uh, photography exhibit, a powerhouse of knowledge, the gateway of the Trimmy. And I think I got one. Yeah, this was on Bourbon Street. I don't even remember where he said which tribe he was from.
Yeah. Well, we got about 70 games down here. So,
I love this one right here. The eagle. That
yeah.
one's cold.
Yeah, that's a woman suit right there.
Cold blooded. It's
A big
cold.
queen.
I think that's some Zulu stuff because they got.
That's a Bowman.
Oh, it is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
That's a Bowman.
Yeah, them the ones that really be having on the. Okay, I've seen a lot of pictures of them. They always
Yeah,
have
that's
the
the South Side.
skulls.
That's the South Side gang. And, what they do is they be out every morning, early in the morning before the sun even breaks the sky. They out there, you know, knocking the cans over, waking people up, and letting them know that, today is Fat Tuesday.
Oh,
Everything you want to do, go ahead on and do it because tomorrow not promised.
right. Wow. And then Lent start the next day, so you might as well get that shit off, huh?
Right.
And they basically say the same thing here. I can read this. It says, Mardi Gras Indians are one of the true cultural splendors in the Crescent City. Following emancipation, New Orleans Negro Indians, misnomer African Americans, began masking at Mardi Gras. This practice had been prohibited during slavery. Many chose to honor American Indians, Native Americans, by creating feathered headdresses, costumes, which is regalia, and the tradition of the Indian suit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, New Orleans Indian tribes, some of them are American Indian. So this is
Right.
a typo. So
Right.
dodge the hijack, y'all. Closed
Right.
groups of Negro Indians. They have parades in elaborate regalia of feathers, beads that they made themselves. These groups are called Indians because of their names refer to Native American tribes and Native American elements, including feathers, beads, motifs appear to be in their regalia.
Right.
Masking Indian, but it's actually them giving honor to the ancestors. Uh,
Right.
inf- yes, sir. Influenced by the stories of escaped slaves being sheltered by American Indian tribes and by Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, which wintered in New Orleans in 1884. There are also clear indications of Afro Caribbean influences, all right, in the beading and other decorative devices. Putting on the Mardi Gras Indian suit is a year-long task. Making it is a year-long task. It involves great creativity and the expenditure of considerable time and money.
Oh
Members,
yeah.
yeah, members of tribes have assigned roles and rank, including spy boy, flag boy, wild man, medicine man, chief, and big chief. Tribes may also have queens who mask. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the music that accompanies the Mardi Gras Indian gatherings is a potent blend of pre Civil War folk songs, classic New Orleans music, and the latest in rap and hip hop. Indian chants and songs using English and Creole patois recall the traditions of each tribe and refer to the past that sometimes includes fights between rival groups. The Dixie Cups hit song Ika Ika Anwe was popularized of the Mardi Gras Indian chant.
Right.
Although their regalia can be extremely heavy and cumbersome, there are ritual dances when Spy Boy, Flag Boy meets Fly Boy, and two big chiefs face off in a ritual battle over who has the more spectacular Indian
Soup.
regalia or suit, Indian suit. Some tribes use only percussion instruments like tambourines, cowbells, drums, scrap metal, while several have combined their chants and drumming with a contemporary instrumental accompanied and enjoyed commercial recording success. Pac could tell y'all about that, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Where about what part?
It says recording success.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. You was talking about St. Joseph's Day too.
St. Joseph Night. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh look, you popped up.
yeah. I got that too. I was taking pictures of every fucking thing. Okay, it says oh, yeah, the Indians' St. Joseph's Night celebration is another multi or cross cultural tradition that illustrates the Indians' long understanding of the interconnectedness with others. The celebration of St. Joseph Day was a custom originally brought to New Orleans by Sicilian immigrants as an act of devotion to St. Joseph. All my Santeria people. All right. The patron saint of families is Saint Joseph, working people, social justice, and the church. Around the same time, the American spiritualist movement, noted for its beliefs regarding the existence of ancestral spirits, was gaining popularity and also associating itself with social movements such as female suffrage and abolition of slavery. New Orleans spiritual churches that honored the legendary Black Hawk as the patron spirit of social justice, also honored St. Joseph for similar reasons. In addition to the St. Joseph's Day tradition of constructing altars laden with food meant to
Right.
keep famine away or keep famine at bay, was the tradition known as tupa tupa or knock knock. During this ritual, children dressed in costume, or to use New Orleans jargon, they masked. In full costume, the children knocked on the doors of neighbors in a symbolic gesture of seeking refuge. The ritual so closely mirrored the enslaved Africans' attempts to seek refuge from their oppressors among uh, Native American tribes. It made the Sicilian tradition as easily integrated ritual into the culture. Black Indians, all right. Moreover, it offered an opportunity for the various communities to gather together in common celebration of the shared values of understanding and compassion. Where is that? And this is altar that has a Black Hawk on it. Well, they got a chief on there. Um, So yeah, so they even had Black Hawk by the door too.
Right.
Fire in the hole, the spirit of work of the Fayaya and the Mandingo warriors. They had that. And this is just some more regalia suits that they had in there. This is inside the Backstreet Cultural Museum in New Orleans, the gateway to the Trimmy. This is some more suits, some more regalia. And they had the brass bands in New Orleans jazz,
Mm.
jazz funerals. And that was us back in the day. Pa.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. That's way back in the days. What that was?
Yeah. What was that? That's Lake Pontchartrain behind us.
No, no, that's the Mississippi.
Okay, it's the Mississippi. Okay.
Yeah, Misnomer, Mississippi.
Okay. There we go. Cause I know you into that game, cuz remember this?
The 49ers about to get ready to go ahead on and score. All right, let's go. That's my team. But anyway, yeah, that's the year that you told me that I should have went ahead on to do my
Tours,
tour. Yeah.
Indigenous tours of New Orleans. This was what, 2018, 2019, right before the
No,
plan.
way before COVID.
We can't say that word, but way before
Oh,
the pandemic.
yeah,
Excuse us. No. Uh, yeah. So this was before that time, right before, and this was
oh, I
at
didn't know. I know we. I didn't know we could say that word. I thought you can't say that word with something negative.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All
yeah.
right. Well, hey, we gonna float in. This was at Marie Laveau's house, one of the houses that she lived in.
On Saint Anne.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I went to her, what they say is her site, but we don't really know if it's her site.
Well, they supposedly have two sites.
Yeah. Yeah, one up here in St. Louis and down there in St. Louis Cemetery 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Hmm. And he got his guns. He's blazing. He got his feathers. He was cool. he uh he let me take multiple pictures with him.
yeah. He look like a spy boy.
Oh, really?
Uh huh.
Yeah. So yeah,
See,
this is just good. That's me, but I ain't
got,
even. That's in
got two.
front of Chief Tootie,
That, yeah.
in Congo Square. I just paused it, but yeah, his regalia was elaborate. Even in that statue, it looks
Oh,
elaborate.
whoever did the statue, they like got it down to a T.
Yeah, they did good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can really see it good in this one. It's more defined.
Oh
The de-
yeah.
and this was a place where um, Negro Indians did spiritual ceremony and had drumming and singing and dancing. And
And don't forget, also had green corn there.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are correct. And the green corn ceremony. Yep. So if y'all in the NOLA, get y'all some her story history and hit up my cuz for those Negro Indian Indigenous tours.
Thank you so much, Cole.
Okay, I'm gonna pause me. But that's me, YouTube. So this is I got on a skull shirt. It says New Orleans, but it's in celebration of Mardi Gras, that Gede, all that, honoring the ancestors. And I'm gonna just show the Marie Laveau cemetery and close on out Bourbon Street. All that. All right. Let me find the Marie Laveau tomb. They had a altar to Marie Laveau right here in that store where they make fucking money off her name. But there's many stories and theories about her. Some say she was real. Some say she's an archetype of what a voodoo priestess is, the queen of voodoo. Some say she was real, and then they say it was her daughter, etc. So, but this was in that shop, and it's named after her. They got an altar to her. I guess if they using her name, they better have a fucking altar to her. Otherwise, they might be getting fucked up.
Right.
So, but yeah, this is how you honor your ancestors. You have a place in your home with pictures, memorabilia, their favorite things, some of their belongings, just to honor them. You can light candles, incense, put their favorite liquor out, pour them a glass of liquor, a cup of coffee to honor your ancestors around this time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna find the cemetery one. And I'm done showing pictures. Where is it? So this is at her so-called tomb in New Orleans, St. Louis Cemetery number 2.
And then what people them don't understand is they thinking that the Mardi Gras Indians just was dealing with enslaved Africans. You had enslaved Indians as well. That's what people don't
Yes.
understand.
Yes, sir. That's why I said the enslaved Negro Indians. And
Mm-hmm.
what I had read earlier said black Indians, misnomer black Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was at the very beginning. Mhm.
Yep.
So, did anybody have any comments or questions? Anybody want to step on in? Come on in. Yes, we know that Haitian voodoo and hoodoo are indigenous practices. This is why we are doing this podcast because I celebrate and practice both of those. So, American Indian science. Yep, that gumbo pot.
And put it in a pot and let it cook.
Let me cook. And Glorilla said they're good. Yeah, I'll pull up that too. Let's see. So our ancestors also, let me pull this up. Our ancestors also like hoodoo is a gumbo pot because it taps into herbs and roots indigenous to the Americas and some that were brought quote unquote brought here. So you have I put in hoodoo versus voodoo. Um, even though they misnomer just put African, they don't put the indigenous practices that are in there, but they always focus on that. But it deals with the different aspects of Great Spirit, Great Mystery, uh, personified in the Loas and the Orishas, or for Spanish speaking people, the Cabaclos. Um, these are different aspects of the source personified. So hoodoo is dealing with root work, the use of herbs, oils, powders, often incorporating elements of various traditions. It's a gumbo pot. And then voodoo deals with the forces of nature, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. It deals with indigenous and the diasporic theology, so to speak. Dealing with the reverence of spirits, loas and orishas. Also, Catholic saints, because they were forced to convert to Catholicism.
Right.
So you got Santeria is mixed in here. A lot of different practices, Corundismo, things of that nature. So voodoo and hoodoo is also called Southern folk magic. Even in Sinners, they showed y'all a gumbo pot of the creeks at the beginning, the fire keepers, and then the griots, the hoodoo woman that made that mojo bag that protected her man. So root work. It's a collective of Native American, European, and African folklore and practices. Uh, my granny practiced hoodoo. My great grandmother. Tools and materials. Natural elements like herbs, roots, powders, and oils for spiritual and medicinal purposes. Right. It's not a closed practice. It's free. It's not like a regular, it's not like religion where you just boxed in. No, it's free. You flow in um, healing herbs, basically. Okay, it says in New Orleans, the two traditions have become intertwined, voodoo and hoodoo. The historical practice of Louisiana voodoo incorporated elements of hoodoo, and practitioners today often blend aspects of both. Yeah, we know it was a small percentage. Are you new to our channel, American Indian Science? You should look at some of our past podcasts. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, we own we own. We definitely know, but we appreciate that also. Okay, so we have voodoo beliefs and practices. Voodoo believers, um, and then they believe in an omnipotent, unknowable, supreme creator. Um, all right. Haitian voodoo is conducted in Creole, Haitian Creole. Um, Bondi is the good God or the good creator. Um, this is their perspective. but you can talk to various voodoo priests and priestesses who call upon the Loas and the spirits. And we're talking about this because this is October, November is approaching. This is the Day of the Dead, the Day of the Sacred Dead, the Day of the Ancestors, the Feast of the Ancestors, the celebrations of the ancestors. So we are honoring our admixtures and our ancestors, various spirituality and cultures. This is why we are speaking on this today. They kind of go into the different aspects of voodoo, which is dealing with earth, air, fire, and water, the Rada, Petro, and the Gede. The Rada spirits are benevolent, the Petro spirits are fiery, they can say violent or evil, and the Gede spirits are those who deal with dead people or with death. Um, mm, mm, mm. They are giving their perspective, but I'm just giving y'all an overview. Hoodoo beliefs and practices. All right. Such as using herbs for the purpose of healing, protection, and divination. Hoodoo does blend the faiths of different spirituality systems, religions, and traditions. As we spoke on before, Native American spirits um, are included in hoodoo, Roman saints, and diasporic spirits.
Right.
So this is just overview to get y'all in the mood for honoring the ancestors around this time. Even though we honor ancestors 365 around here, but this is like a highlighted time with the Day of the Dead, Sacred Dead. Cause you got any closing things you wanna discuss? Cause
Yeah.
you got any closing things you want to discuss?
No. No. We can do some closing.
Your team is winning.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up. And if y'all new to our channel, if you want to support or even our subscribers, y'all can peep our description. We have merch if you want
Mm-hmm. I'll
uh,
get the merch.
dabble, support us and get some merch. We would appreciate it. Let's see. Anybody got any comments or questions as we come to a close? Get big. Let's see. I'm trying to make this bigger. All right, so in all our descriptions of our podcast videos and on our social media platforms, we do have links, and it will lead you to our store, which is right here.
Right.
They don't have it highlighted on Instagram, but we're gonna see. Let me just pull it up. Y'all good in the chat? I don't even. So I'm pull up our store and then we can close on out.
Yeah.
So y'all can check out our merch. Y'all big mad. I know my bloodline. Uh, stand on business. Represent your bloodline.
Right.
We got Negro Engine. I am. So we got a little bit of everything. We got shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, coffee, tea mugs. We got blankets. We got a little bit
Book
of
sack.
everything.
Book sack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got bags. We got several different designs, so y'all can check us out. We even got cell phone covers, mobile phone covers, hats, aprons for y'all when you trying to grill or even just cook. So this is what we have to offer. We appreciate y'all for tuning in when we show up on Sundays. And we want to thank y'all. So Wado Yakoki, Shonabis Chi, to
Show
everyone.
some. I'll let
Yeah,
y'all live.
yes, we out. Peace.